Hey, I'm Osage and Kaw from Oklahoma. Been here on Fort Ord for, I guess, 19 years now. I'm one of the founding faculty members, and this is my favorite time of the year. It's that time of the year where we get to talk about Indians. And so what we've done is we've drug the folks that usually hang out in my living room out into public. So we're hoping that what we've been doing in the living room will be as entertaining to you as it's been to us.
If not, just pretend.
Yeah, we are all highly paid musicians. We're all here today at our own expense, and each of us has a few songs about Indians that we would like to share with you. When we decided to do this, I ran a Google search and I basically wrote down songs about Indians, and oh my God. It seems like everybody from Arlo Guthrie to Willie Nelson to
Kate Wolf,
everyone. So many songs about American Indians and so many tunes on the list. And we've boiled it down to 3 tunes each. We think that we can keep you entertained for 45 or 50 minutes. And with that, welcome to the Pagan Babies, my band. Susan Morley, anthropologist. She's our bones lady. Every time they dig a hole around here and they find Indian bones, Susan gets to identify them and go find the owner. It's a remarkably painful and political position. She knows a lot about Indians here in California. Kathryn. England Aytes.
It's Aytes, but that's okay.
Aytes. I'm still trying to say
that's
it right
okay.
after all these
That's
years. She's Cherokee from Oklahoma, like myself.
And I teach psychology, which is perfect with Indians.
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
Yeah. And Molly Springer.
And I'm Molly Springer. I'm an enrolled citizen of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma.
And I think you have some Osage as well.
I'm also Osage.
We count that.
And my daughter, Ava.
Ava, you here?
And she's going to sing.
She's playing Monopoly.
Hi,
Say
Ava.
Hi, Ava. Just say hi.
Just wave. Yeah, there you go.
We do have a few kids here. Anna Marie Davis, our real musician.
Telling me.
Anna's connection to Indian country is very personal, and she'll explain that to you as she does her 3 tunes. And I'm George Baldwin. I'm going to play 3 songs that I've written for you and try to help my colleagues here with the tunes that they're going to perform. So if there's no questions.
We're going to start with the morning song. Were we starting with the morning song? I wasn't sure. Okay.
This is our first public performance, so be kind.
Yeah.
Find the cost of freedom. Everybody's talking and no one's listening. How can we decide? Do we find the cost of freedom buried in the ground? Mother Earth will swallow you. Lay your body down.
Well, yes, who goes next? It just kind of popped out, and a lot of fun. This is my microphone. All right, this one's not working. Anybody hear that? Nothing. Now we're on. Thank you. We're still working this out, and didn't know much about the song, so like everybody else, I Googled it, and you know, it's about a white trader that fell in love with the chief's daughter. And who would have known that that old song that I've been humming since I was a kid was really about Indians. So Anna and I are going to try it together with a little help from our friends. All right, Anna, are you ready?
Well, it's going to be me and Susan opening up this one.
Okay. Give me a couple rounds.
Just need a little guitar there, Craig. Thank you.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri.
Missouri, she's a mighty river. Along her borders, away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri.
The white man loved an Indian maiden. Away, you rolling river, with notions his canoe was laden. Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away, you rolling river. For her I've crossed the rolling water. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri.
He sold the chief that fire water away, you rolling river, and across the river he slung his daughter away. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri.
Yeah. Hey, Doc. Nice
We're
to
warming
meet you.
up.
Thank
We're
you.
warming up. Who's next?
All right, we're gonna go home now. We're done.
You liked us, so we have to leave while you still like us.
Who's turn? Susan?
George,
No.
can we do the morning song? With,
You want me to do my 3 songs?
No.
Morning song?
Morning song. All right.
I'm gonna sing the Cherokee morning song with my daughter.
Oh, come on up here, young lady.
This we're just gonna do it a cappella.
How sweet is this?
When they are old, when they are old, when they are, oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. When they are old, when they are old, when they are, oh, 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 hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. When they are old, when they are old, when they are, when they are, oh, oh, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
I should come to my house and do that for me every night.
I'm feeling sleepy.
Morning song.
I think I'm next, so,
You want a chair?
no, I think I'll stand. So this song I'm going to do. It's called Brother Warrior by Kate Wolf. She's originally from San Francisco, born in 1942, and she passed away in December of 1986. And she was a folk singer-songwriter. And towards the end of her life, she, a lot like me, found a kinship in the spiritualism of the American Indian medicine. And this is one of the songs that she wrote. brave companion. Do you see a world shining in the sky, with your body dancing like an arrow, spreading joy beneath your feet, and your hands, they wave like tall grass in the wind as you speak, with the shyness of a small child and the wisdom of a sage. I'll tell you now, there is no reason to be afraid. Brother warrior, there are none of us who walk this path alone. Spirit healer is the only life we have ever known. And I see your smile in the sunlight, I hear your song in the rain, and I hold you here beside me. I feel your love and your pain. At this time, the earth is waking to the dawn of another age. I'll tell you now, there is no reason to be afraid. Here we go, here's the break. We are crying for a vision that all living things can share, and those who care are with us everywhere.
Anna Marie Davis, Susan Morley.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so the second song I'm going to do is about another warrior, and it's by Wailea, who consisted of Rita Coolidge, her sister Priscilla Coolidge, and Priscilla's daughter Laura Satterfield. And just this year, in October, Priscilla passed away, and she really didn't get much mention except for what Rita did on her album. And this song is, interestingly enough, it's a song about crossing over. And it's about a pregnant Native woman whose husband works on a boat. And she's crossing over the heaven seas to be with him in spirit while she gives birth to their baby. Failure is always an option. It is how we respond to it that makes us stronger. Here we go. For my warrior, I've been walking down tracks of time. Such a struggle to seek forgiveness, but chains and shackles, these go
crossing over heaven's seas, where my warrior waits for me. Crossing over heaven's seas, where my warrior waits for me. La 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 la, la 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 la. Feels like I'm dancing with truth and wisdom, precious wisdom. You are my guide. These days are sacred. My heart is humble. Oh, warrior, show me the shining light. Crossing over heaven's seas, where my warrior waits for me. Crossing over heaven's seas, where my warrior waits for me. La 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, can you hear me? I can hear you. I feel the far beyond the tracks of time. Oh, can you feel me? I can see you. I feel the power inside my life. Oh, oh, oh. Crossing over heaven's sea, where my warrior waits for me. Crossing over heaven's seas, where my warrior waits for me. La 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 la, la 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 la. You guys are very forgiving. Thank you. Okay, we'll just roll it right along here. Okay, so my next song is by Bruce Cockburn. A little bit about him. He was born in 1944 in Ottawa, Canada. And Bruce is also a singer-songwriter for over 40 years. His music reflects social change, war, politics, such as native rights, landmines, human rights, atrocities in war-torn countries, third world debt, ecological devastation, and corporate crime. Bruce was moved to travel all over the world to places like Central America, Afghanistan, Iraq, Vietnam, to name a few, as he wanted to experience firsthand of what the people were experiencing in these countries. This song that I'm going to sing is called Child of the Wind. It's about the aftermath of the oppression and the environment madness of the native North Americans who were dislocated by the white onslaught and the law concerning the overuse of land and logging rights, where today very little of the way of life was preserved. This is a song of hope. I love the pounding of hooves. I love engines that roll. shore. And the spiral perfection of a heart when it soars. And I love my sweet man down to the core. Well, there's roads and there's roads, and they call, can you hear it? Roads of the earth and roads of the spirit. But the best roads of all are the ones that aren't certain. And one of those is where you find me till they drop the big curtain. Hear the wind moan in the bright diamond sky. These mountains are waiting, brown, green, and dry. I'm too old for the term, but I'll use it anyway. I'll be a child of the wind to the end of my days. Little round planet in a big universe. Sometimes it looks blessed, sometimes it looks cursed. Depend on what you look at, obviously. But even more it depends on the way that you see. Hear the wind moan in the bright diamond sky. These mountains are waiting, brown, green, and dry. I'm too old for the term, but I'll use it anyway. I'll be a child of the wind to the end of my days. Bruce Coburn. Thank you.
Encore. Can't get enough of Anna Marie Davis. No, it's all right.
I feel like we're intruding, George.
I know.
We can go sit in the back if you want.
You know, I'd like to do a shout out to my roommate and make a public apology for keeping him awake for months now. We've practiced
Where is
these
he?
songs.
Can we
That's
Frank,
Frank, wave at everybody. That's my roommate.
Frank,
Frank,
you're a trooper.
He is. He really is.
And if you got a back problem, my Doc Martin is in the audience right here. Doc, give a hi-de-ho and a shout to Doc Martin. He's really a great chiropractor. Great.
Oh, we
Thank
need
you.
one.
Yeah, we need that. All right, who's next? Susan,
come back.
come on,
Susan,
come on back up here.
Yeah.
Susan is. Hello, my name is Susan Morley. I'm a guitaraholic,
Now mandolin. She's taking up the mandolin.
and now it's a
We can
mandolin.
take up a collection for her.
Have any of you guys known guitaraholics? Anybody guitaraholic? There, I see some nudging going on. Yeah, it's a sad thing.
Yeah,
You-
it's an addiction. There's help now.
Yeah, it's my living room. Apparently, it's guitaraholics.
Greg, if I pull this over. We can pull it. Are you picking this up? Are you good?
What are we doing, Susan?
Which one are you gonna do?
Okay.
You gonna tell us?
Okay.
Well-practiced band.
Well, I have to tell you the story. I
This is paid for guitar.
went back to school when I was old, and I studied archaeology. And we were up in Carmel Valley. That's where we had our field school. And my professor at Cabrillo College asked me if I thought about writing a song. And of course, I had never thought of that. I had written songs before, but not about archaeology. Who would do that? So, but this song came out just out of the blue, out of me, after a couple weeks of being out there. It was a boot camp actually with Rob Edwards.
Digging holes,
Oh, bones.
looking for
Digging up
bones.
bones.
Yeah, digging up bones. And so I wrote the song. It's called 10,000 Indian Summers. Sounds. I think I won't use a pick. It's really kind of. And it's about that experience. Coyote still dreams of his excellent home in a Chupin Bay. All our stories we'll share, how the bear and the bobcat storm out dancing, a dragonfly flitted around. Under a circle of cedar and pine, as friends touched each other, their spirit would bind. We saw the lightning, we heard the thunder. I knew you when it was Indian summer. The Esselin people, deep memories, and they moved to the feet of the drummer. You must imagine we've learned to share 10,000 Indian summers. 10,000 Indian summers. A short broken knife blade, an artichoke field, eroding from under the plow. Who knows the harvest that's waiting for thee? What will your contract allow? 10,000 Indian summers. 10,000 Indian summers. All true people keep memories, and they move to the feet of the drummer in California anyway. You must imagine we've learned to share 10,000 Indian summers. 10,000 Indian summers. Coyote and deerweed stretch up from the road. Come sit with me there. All our stories we'll share. How the bear and the bobcat storm out were dancing, and the dragonfly flitted around. 10,000 Indian summers. 10,000 Indian summers. The Esselin people, born in these mountains for thousands of years, laughed and cried in these mountains, finally returned here to hide in these mountains from the soldiers of Carlos III. Coyote and deerweed stretch up from the road. Come sit with me there. All our stories we'll share. How the bear and the bobcat and the storm and the dancing, the dragonfly flitted around. 10,000 Indian summers. 10,000 Indian summers. 10,000 Indian summers.
Beautiful.
The original piece by Susan Morley. That's original, yes. You warmed up? You want to do another one?
Well, I have another one that I wrote from that same time period. It's called Who Knows the Taste of the Acorn. It sounds a little bit like, like a little awkward kind of a title, but late period, there were time periods when people ate acorns here because it was like a starvation food. And so when you see all those grinding rocks everywhere, all over California, they weren't just used for that, they were used for seeds and other things too, but I didn't know that when I wrote this song. So for me, it was emblematic, or it was symbolic of the California Indians. So I'll like to sing for you my song.
Are you guys catching her lyrics out there? Can you hear it good and clear? We're a little dead zone right over here. Just a little, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hey, you guys, can you help us out here with these microphones? Or should I pull it closer to me?
Yeah, just
or?
a little closer, that's it, yeah.
Okay, good. Who knows the taste of the acorn? Who knows the path to the sea? Who carved this bright abalone and left it here under this tree? Who danced with the moon on the water? Danced in the marsh as a crane, whose dance kept the good world in order, and vanished with them just the same. On the brink of the world they were dancing, and they danced with the moon on the sea, and the dreams were as curled in the dancing as the seed of the pink pillory. Implicitly they knew their dreams were numbered, prayers to a new God they could not see, dancing now as gold, unencumbered. Who knows the taste of the acorn? Who knows the path to the sea? Now I know of so many stories. Some lend themselves to the tale. She laughed about the coyote. She gathered feathers of quail. You'll know the truth when you find it. It's lying right under your hand. Who knows the taste of the acorn? Who will still honor the land? The red maid has failed this season. Who knows what the reason may be? But we've gathered tansy and chia. They've made us good company. The hazel and laurel and larkspur, the lupin and poppy and pines, the heralds of spring and the buckeye, the gifts of the season this time. Could it be they really crossed the water with a plan to change my destiny? Who knows the taste of the acorn? Who knows the path to the sea? We knew the taste of the acorn. We knew the path to the sea.
Would somebody call K-Pig Radio and tell them to get over here? We'd like to get on Backstage Pass on a Sunday morning, maybe by popular acclaim.
It's like, wow. They put Geronimo in jail way down south, where he couldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. Sergeant, Sergeant, there's nothing to fear. Something wrong with your automobile. Warden, warden, listen to me. Brave and set Geronimo free. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Jesus said, and I believe it's true, that the red man belonged in the sunset too. Took all his land and you won't give it back, and you said Geronimo Cadillac. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's. Sing it again. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's. Once more. Play it. Come on, Wolf. Take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. People, don't you know that the Indians have got no place to go? Took old Geronimo by storm and ripped all the feathers off his uniform. We get to sing it that way one more time. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. One more time. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Hey boys, take me back, I wanna ride in Geronimo's Cadillac.
Maybe up on the monitor a little bit. Maybe that'll help.
To make a long story short, we had a lot of jokes going around the house about how we were Indian. Now, Bob, for years, had thought that he was Suquamish, but he discovered later in his life that he was part black, and this changed his whole life. I explained to him the one drop rule and all of that, and he said he wasn't going to quit saying he was Suquamish, and I said, but you could claim you were black, and he said no. And then Vince, he fessed up. His dad was stationed here on the base, a full-blooded Navajo man, got sent to the Philippines and married a girl there and brought his Philippine bride back to here at the base. And so Vince and his brother and sister, they were all born up on the hill here in Seaside, and they all became musicians. But I used to joke with him and call him a flip-a-hoe. We were pretty good friends. But I've got a verse in this song for most of my friends, but I'm only going to suffer you through 3 of them tonight. It's about the United States Census. You know, up until the year 2000, you only checked one box, but in the year 2000, it said check all that apply. When that happened, there was a 38% jump in the Indian population. An unknowing person would have thought that we'd been reproducing like buffalo, but that wasn't what happened. So that's the song. It's the census song. Grandma was Indian, my mother told me. That makes me Indian too. My granddad was a slave and my stepdad's a Jew. I'm a postmodern Indian to you. I'm a postmodern Indian to you. Yeah, you know, how many times have any of you that are part Indian told someone that you're Indian and someone came up to you and said, I'm part Indian too. And of course, that's what we're trying to stop, you see. You're not part Indian. You're all Indian. Just check one box. Check one box. Don't check all of those boxes. Just check one box. Anyway, when given that chance and that form's in front of you, remember what Mother told you. That Grandma was Indian, so are you. You're a postmodern Indian too. You're a postmodern Indian too. His dad's from the res and his mom's from the islands. True love when east met west. If their love was a test, well, the kids, they sang the rest. They were Filipina, Navajo. They were Filipina, Navajo. When given the chance and that form's in front of you, remember what Mother told you. That Grandma was Indian, so are you. You're a postmodern Indian too. You're a postmodern Indian too. Grandma was Indian, my mother told me. She was your grandmother too. The earth is a place where we're one human race. We're all postmodern Indians too. We're all postmodern Indians too. Sing along. I'm a postmodern Indian too. I'm a postmodern Indian too.
Where's your yell at the end?
Yeah, there's only one race. There's only one race. And we're all, I guess that makes us all Indians. A lot of different ways, at least tonight. Yeah. So back in the 90s, late 80s, I got kind of famous. I had frequent flyer miles on all sorts of airplanes. And that's actually why I got here. They were looking for a sociologist that knew something about technology. Maybe some of you heard of AROS, the American Indian Radio on Satellite Network. That was my idea. I ran IndianNet, the country's first online American Indian community. We served up data to Native people all over the country, and I got to fly around the country and teach people how to use email. Now, I thought that was pretty funny. I looked into the literature, found out that at one point people flew around the country and taught people how to use the telephone, you know. So it's kind of... Anyway, trying to sell the Cherokee Nation a satellite telephone network one day, this song kind of came to mind. All right. It's called Digital Reservations. Elders tell stories about the past, when the earth was the mother and all things would last. Now the earth is a globe, the legends are silence. There's ponies and paper and cell phone defiance. The council advised traditional reliance, 'cause they have reservations. Elders tell stories about the past, how the trickster and the raven taught what would last. Now there's telephone poles, tubes and transistors. We're all on that roll, except the digital resistors. And then we were on reservations. And then we were on reservations. Elders tell stories about the past. No computers or software where culture lasted. Now white man or yellow, black man or brown, our lives are on the networks and we live in town. 'Cause we're all on digital reservations. 'Cause we're all on digital reservations. And I'd like to dedicate that song to the Snowden dude. If you guys haven't been following along, Citizen 4 came out this week. It's playing in Santa Cruz. And if you don't think that you're on a digital reservation, you haven't been looking at what your NSA is doing to your phone bill. So, it's just like the FBI are dedicated to protecting Indians in Indian country. It's on their homepage. Anyway, don't tell that to our friends that wounded me. Okay, one more. I get one more?
One more.
Growing up on the Shoshone Reservation, I was 10 or 11 years of age. I like to collect comic books. I've got 1,732 comic books.
He really does.
And I do. It's a pain. What do you do with them after you collect them? To pay for them, yeah, I wish. You know, most of them are worth a nickel. Anyway, back to the story. So I didn't have any money, and I would watch this old guy named Tagwatts. And that's what everybody called him, Tagwatts. A little guy, must have been 100 million years old, and he pulled a radial flyer wagon behind him, had a gunny sack and about 20 dogs, and he'd work through the bar ditches and throw beer bottles and pop cans in the sack, take them down to the trading post and get cash for it. And that's where I kind of got clued in. I said, you know, what's he doing with all those bottles? And Mom and Dad told me. And I said, how much you get? And, well, penny for a beer bottle, 2 cents for pop. And I did the math. A 10-cent comic book would take 10 beer bottles or 5 pop bottles. So I'm on. What happened is that Tagwatts kind of took offense to me horning in on his job. But, you know, when you really think about it, Tagwatts was the ultimate recycler. And you've all seen the ad where Iron Eyes Cody is crying over the beer bottles and sing. And you all, of course, know that Iron Eyes Cody is Italian. And, of course, we don't hold anything against him on that. But Indians and the environment, and so it goes on. Anyway, Dad takes me aside. He says, you know, we're really embarrassed. You've embarrassed the whole family. They're calling you little Tagwatts, and you got to quit. So he gave me an allowance to do nothing. And we had open pit mines and Simplot fertilizer, and Monsanto was there, and the tribe was taking money from all of them. And so this song kind of got put together that way. And the real humor about this is my mom won some environmental awards in Oklahoma for her pop can and beer bottle drive that bought computers for her grade school where she was teaching. And so it all comes around in a circle. Tagwatts was right. And when I tried to figure out who Tagwatts was, and he turned out to be, in history, a very great war chief. And as I think back about Tagwatts and the battles that I had with him for about 4 years, I'd like to apologize to Tagwatts, and that's what this song is. It's apologies to Tagwatts, and it's from a 10-year-old boy to a 100-year-old man who helped me buy lots of comic books. Tagwatts was Shoshone Bannock, an Indian from old Fort Hall. With the bottles he found, he traded in town, making cash from the trash on the ground. Well, I got that idea from Tagwatts to make some cash from the trash on the ground. I got a sack and I filled it with bottles, and I made some cash from the trash on the ground. So the battle of bottles had started, young breed and full blood alike. Across the res we did race, both losing face, making cash from the trash on the ground. Tagwatts picked up those bottles, the earth grows green at your feet. Tagwatts picked up those bottles, a holier man I've yet to meet. My dad said the neighbors are talking, little Tagwatts is what they call you. A man of my status can't have this go on, that money I'll just give to you. So I learned to make money that white way, the council have done much the same, making money for nothing by leasing the land to those who left trash on the ground. Tagwatts picked up those bottles, the earth grows green at your feet. Tagwatts picked up those bottles, a holier man I've yet to meet. Now my mom's gone into retirement, a new career has opened at her feet, and the message she teaches old Tagwatts had found, there's cash in the trash on the ground. Tagwatts was Shoshone Bannock, an Indian from old Fort Hall. With the bottles he found, he traded in town, making cash from the trash on the ground. Thank you, gals. Thank you so much.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I home. Okay, so where are our roadies now? We're too tired. We're old to pack this stuff up and go. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Supposed to do an encore?
Encore. I got nothing, Baldwin. You got something? Close us out. Close us out.
Chief Joseph.
To Chief Joseph. Come on, I know that.
One more?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, another politically incorrect song.
Of course.
All right.
Of course. If I remember. See how this works. And no verses? I don't have any, didn't even bring this one. All right, here's your encore. Anybody here raised by a stepdad? Any stepdads in here? You know, we're a thank you. Wolf is they sing. Yeah. Stepdads. Yeah. I remarried a few years back. It's actually been a long time ago, but my second wife, pretty Latina, had 5 kids, and my mom was appalled and wrote me this terrible letter. And being Christian, like most Native people, I had that question in class today. They said, "What religion are Indians?" And the truth is, most of us are Christian. And so I wrote this little tune for my moms to help her explain my point of view on being a stepdad. In a letter Mom wrote me not long ago, she asked me this question: why is it so that a man would remarry and raise someone's child? It happens quite often, but it seems kind of wild. And I answered her questions with what she'd taught me about the Virgin Mary and Joseph's family. Chief Joseph's family. Mary had Jesus as Joseph stood by. He gave God all the credit, 'cause the angels don't lie. A stepdad raised Jesus, who grew into Christ. For raising that child, we'll all live twice. And I answered her questions with what she taught me about the Virgin Mary and Joseph's family. Chief Joseph's family. Granddad raised 2 sets like my dad raised me. That's 3 generations of pagan babies. I'm a 7th generation, 'cause my tribe taught me that a stepdad raised Jesus in his family. And I answered her questions with what she taught me about the Virgin Mary and Joseph's family. Chief Joseph's family. The world is a circle, little souls go around. Dads touch them a bit when we just slow down. A soul is God's, so that we might live twice. Blessed is the man who had such a wife. And I answered her questions with what she taught me about the Virgin Mary and Joseph's family. Chief Joseph's family. We're officially done now. Thank you for coming and listening to my living room. It was wonderful. We'll try the tour again this time next year. More musicians. Wolf, thank you very much for sitting in with us. Yep.
Hi, we just wanted to say thank you on behalf from AS, the OC3 Center, and past, present, and future Native American students. Thank you for being here and making this all great. We have some gifts for those who have not received one yet.